There are some real gems in World of Tanks. They can be recognized from afar.
Hey guys, did you ever heard a super bad joke and like it is so bad that you really want to laugh about it, but you don't want to laugh, like you want to laugh, but your heart tells you not to laugh about it because you don't know, it's just so bad as a joke. Because that is exactly what is happening right here. This is from the How to Play the ISU 130 PM video from World of Tanks. And they call those tanks gems. I understand the Type 59, I understand it. The ISU, yes, it's iconic with its 750 Alpha gun and its HE gun. But the Tiger II? It's probably iconic for being one of the worst tier 8 heavy tanks in World of Tanks history. It's probably iconic for being just a bad tank overall. It's probably iconic for being a tank which regularly broke down in real combat because of the gearbox being just too overloaded. It's probably iconic because it's called the King Tiger and had such a huge gun in its turret. But it's definitely not a gem in World of Tanks. But what happens if we put Tiger II one tier lower? Could that actually make it a gem? Could that actually make this tank a good tank? Well, obviously we won't give it a 10.05 centimeter gun because that would be, or 10.5 centimeter gun, because that would be pretty broken. But we could give it the historical 88mm KVK, was it 43 L71? That could work. 240 damage on a tier 7 tank. Yeah, that's not too bad when you think about the IS tanks which run around with 390 alpha. So what is if I tell you that is actually true and this is happening right now? And that at the moment we have on the Supertest the Tiger II-H, a tier 7 German premium tank. Yes, this tank was already in game and it was speculated that this tank might be a tank for the historical game mode because of the H. But it was also speculated that the H stands for Henschel. So yeah, right now we are here with the news coming from the Supertest that this tank was recently added back into the game, being a heavy tank of tier 7. And yeah, let's have a look at its stats and compare it to the VK4503. You might ask yourself, but Raging, when you go on tanks.gg, you also have the Tiger II-H already in the game files. But, my dear viewers, thank you for pointing that out. But they changed the values a little bit, so I don't want to take those old values and give you the brand new ones and compare it to basically the same tier 7 heavy tank. Just that the armor is by far worse. But yeah, you have the Tiger II-H with 1500 hit points, and this is already 100 more than the VK has. 700 horsepower engine provides roughly the same power to weight ratio as the VK does, which has the same 700 HP engine, which is pretty neat. 10.04 versus 10.77 HP to turn ratio. That's not a big deal. That's not a big difference, and you won't really feel it, except they're going to pull a SU 130 PM versus Scorpion G again. But I don't know what happened there. Probably the Scorpion G has just a way stronger engine than that's actually in the game. But whatever. Then you have the same speed. 38 kilometers per hour top speed forwards and 12 kilometers per hour backwards. You have a whole traverse speed on the Tiger II of 28 degrees per second, which is 1.2 degrees slower. But in return, your turret turns, well, 1 degree faster, 1.06 degrees faster, which is pretty nifty. And it's a decent trade-out or trade-off. I don't mind that at all. The terrain resistance is worse than on the VK, so the VK has better terrain resistance, meaning it is a little bit faster in acceleration on medium and soft terrain, for example driving into the valley on Lakeville, which is basically freaking useless, but whatever. So the Tiger II-H will be worse in that kind of regards. The fuel range, however, is exactly the same, which is pretty bonkers if you ask me, because with a good crew, which I have here with Brothers in Arms, with the recon skill on 82% and the situational awareness skill on 100%, with Vents, with rammer and with optics, we get 460 meters of fuel range. And yes, the Tiger II-H will easily achieve that as well. The normal Tiger II has 390 meters of fuel range, which is just so little of improvement. But yeah, armor-wise, guys. Do I have to say more? Look at that. That's the arm. No, sorry. No, sorry. There we go. That's the armor model. Maybe not those plates on the side. You can see those are a little bit different. He will have back here, he will have 100 millimeter armor, and up here you have, or around here, he will have 100 millimeters of armor, and he will have here around 100 millimeters of armor, as you can see from that spot over there. But the armor will be the same. There won't be anything else. Like, yeah, that's it. That's it. We can even have a look at the Tiger 2H, which is already in the game models, and you can see, oh, look there, we have 100 millimeters against 80 millimeters. So the damage model won't change at all. Maybe back here a little bit, but that's about it. You have a 150 millimeters upper front plate. You have a 100 millimeter lower front plate. You have the 185 millimeter turret up front, which is for tier 8 tank, freaking useless, but for tier 7s, where you have those 175 millimeters of penetration guns, that'd be pretty darn good. And honestly, this is right now where I'm questioning that tank might be an actual good German heavy premium tank. Yes, it is not tier 8. Yes, it's not the Mauerbrecher, which is a freaking garbage pile. But it actually might be a good tank. Like, I'm honestly happy to see this tank coming to the game. Or at least being in a Supertest right now. To the gun, we're going to go back to comparing it with the VK. We have the same KVK 43L71. I guess I said it right beforehand. Nice. 240 damage, 203 penetration, 237. Still a very good gun for its tier. It can be used in wide ranges. It's a good gun. We have 7.631 rounds per minute, which is just faster? Excuse me? We are faster than a VK. Excuse me, what? We have a DPM of 1,831, which is 50, no, not 50, 60, roughly 60 more, a little bit less than 60, but whatever. No, it's actually around 50, what the hell, I'm stupid. 50 damage more per minute than the VK has. We have a reload time of 7.863 seconds compared to the 8 seconds reload time. And in game with a good crew, we have a reload time of 6.93. So we might go down to around 6.6, 6.5 seconds, which is actually pretty darn strong, I'd say. Yes, it is not the reload time of a Tiger 1, but it actually gets pretty close. Like, if you can push it down, you will get roughly to the base reload time of the Tiger 1, which is, again, say it's strong. You will lose out in accuracy though, 0.34 against 0.32, but those 0.02 don't give a shit at all. They are meaningless, basically. It's not a big deal. In return, you're actually more faster in aiming in with 1.82 seconds compared to the 2.11 seconds of the VK. Gun elevation, exactly the same, no biggie right there. And lastly, those camouflage values are also not really necessary because we can't really compare to anything. We can compare the accuracy on the move and such. And yeah, during vehicle is in motion 0.173, which is the same. Vehicle rotation, tank traverse 0.17, turret traverse exactly the same. Max after firing 2.88, that's 2.88, and when damaged, where is it? It's actually not here. But yeah, those soft stats are the same as well. Maybe the camouflage might be different. Right now we have with our crew 7.13 and what is it, 4.57, and this tank has stock 7.5 and 3.8. So yeah, there might be also a slight improvement. It's not much, but there will be an improvement in camouflage as well, even though we don't have any camo crew. And I'm confused. The game tells me that I have camouflage on this tank, but I don't have it. Like, wargaming? What? Yeah, it says we have camouflage on it, but that's not the case. Do you see camouflage? Does this count as camouflage? But yeah, guys, that does it for today's video. We get a premium tier 7 heavy tank, which is basically a tier 8 tank, but it might actually not suck. I at the moment have a few predictions though to make. I have around 3 predictions which could happen right now. The first one being that Wargaming is going to remove the Tiger 2 from the game, as we know it, and introduce this tank as a premium tank. and give us a new tier 8 heavy tank. I don't know, maybe a Tiger 2 E75 crossover where they somehow find in their Russian archives or something. I don't know, maybe not, who knows. It could be a chance, because the Tiger 2 at the moment is just useless. Nothing else to say that this tank is useless. It gets penned easily by tier 8 heavies, it's a XP pinata for tier 9, tier 10 tanks. Its turret basically just shrugs off barely tier 7 tanks. The tier 8 tanks have no problem penetrating it. Oh yeah, we should probably not forget the Tiger 2's turret roof is 40mm thick, meaning you've guessed it, Russian 122mm guns have auto pen on it. Whoop de fucking do, super awesome. Yeah. So yeah, it could be that they're changing the Tiger 2 and make it as a premium on tier 7 and remove it from the game completely. It could be that they keep it and going to buff it somehow, like probably adding like tracks or something on the upper front plate to make the upper front plate more stronger. Just something like this, give it a better gun or something. Or they simply leave the Tiger 2 as it is and introduce the Tiger 2H, making it basically just a better tank. Do I think it will be OP on tier 7? That's a big question right now. It will be strong, definitely. It will feel like an actual Tiger, like the heavy tank number 6 or the Tiger 131 will feel on their tiers, on tier 7, on tier 6. So I honestly think I look forward to the tank. I don't really think it will be OP, because don't forget you have this really huge lower plate which is weak. You still have the cupola which is 150mm thick, and your side armor is nothing to sneeze about. It's bad, basically. That's what I want to say. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this tank, and I think it will be pretty interesting. What do you guys think about it? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll talk to you all later, and thank you so much for your attention. Why is there my face right now?